وقعت بالطابق الأرضي.
Sufyan is describing how his niece Alia hid in a wardrobe.
تغبت بالخزانة كان في خزانة هنا.
Assad regime soldiers found the young student and killed her here.
وهاي آثار طلقة.
He lost 9 members of his family that day in 2012.
هم بالعادة يقعدوا على الباب. شايف؟
They used to sit at the door of the house in the evenings to pass the time. The neighbors noticed that 3 days after the army's incursion, no one sat at the door, so they entered the house and found everyone was dead. The regime didn't allow people to bury their dead. For 25 days, the bodies were left in the house. People were not allowed to film the crime scene or even the funeral and burial.
More than a decade since the Jura and Qusur massacres in Deir Az Zor in eastern Syria, and even after the fall of the Assad regime, the emotional scars are still fresh. The regime dealt with the 2011 protests with force. Grainy videos show soldiers moving in. Some documented their crimes, including disposing the bodies. Some too gruesome to show. Bodies lined up showed signs of torture, limbs removed, and gunshots at close range. And massacres like al-Sharaa carried out when ISIL took over. When people began to flee, soldiers gunned them down around this cemetery. Since December, when the Assad regime was ousted, multiple mass graves have been found in the eastern province. Behind the facade of normalcy in Jura and Qusur is a yearning for justice. With scant resources and not much attention on Deir Az Zor from the government in Damascus, the people responsible for providing justice are trying to assure victims it's their main goal.
We've opened our doors for those who lost homes or regime victims to file cases and reports with evidence. The police system is also working to gather evidence to prove the crimes. This is complicated, as evidence is difficult to come by, so we are also collecting witness testimonies.
Every wall, every street in Deir Az Zor carries a tale of tragedy. Sporadic revenge attacks have already begun, and the fear is that if the courts delay or deny justice, vigilantes might carry out their own versions.
The scars of war are everywhere and in every heart. Tens of thousands of people were killed in Deir Az Zor, and residents here say that unless there is justice and reconciliation, this place will not be fully rebuilt. Javaid, Jazeera, Deir Az Zor.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.